Hi, I'm Monica.
I'm Gabriela.
And we are the Cheeky Girls. And you are watching the Active channel. Mwah. He would always win the fight.
Morning girls, how are you?
Hiya.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevan Wilson. We're back here at my gym, Peak Physique and Fitness in Hitchin, Hertfordshire. Today we're going to do an alternative leg workout. Now most people think that to have good legs, competition class legs, you need to squat and you need to deadlift. And that may be true to an extent, but today we're going to show you how you can actually have competition standard legs without doing either of those two exercises. To help me show you today, I'm joined by Ezzy and Helen. I'll let the girls introduce themselves to you right now.
Hiya, I'm Ezzy. I'm a PT and a class instructor here at PPF.
Hi, my name's Helen. I'm a fitness instructor and training to be a personal trainer. I also compete and I won UK DFBA British Champion Novice Ladies Fit Body last year.
Okay, so you know what I always say, when you come to the gym, you come there on business. Ladies, you look far too glamorous to do any serious work, so please get off to the changing rooms now and go and get into character. We'll start off by doing something that's very important, which is warming up the legs, because this is an area of the body that's very susceptible to injury. So we'll start off by doing warm up and a stretch, and then we're going to start off by doing leg extensions in a certain way. In fact, all the exercise will be done using this method, whereby we're using a lot of negative reps and a lot of squeezing of the muscles. After we've done the leg extensions, we're then going to move on to leg press, which we've done in a different way to you've probably ever done it before. We've been able to do it with very light weights. We've been doing it with very full reps, and again using negatives and working on the basis of keeping the muscles under tension for as long as we possibly can. When we've done the leg press, we're going to move on to Hex Squats, which is kind of leg press upside down. The same principles apply, and again, fantastic for bringing out the legs. After we've done that, we're going to move on to a recumbent leg press, which is basically, you'll have done it upside down, you'll have done it the right way up, and then you're going to do it horizontally. So it's going to just attack the quads from a different angle again, but working on the same principle of time under tension will absolutely destroy them. Then we're going to finish by going back to the leg extension by doing what we call diminishing pyramid sets, which will absolutely wipe out the legs and finish off the workout perfectly for you.
Well, I've always been very active, always gone to the gym, played sports and things. I was actually in an office job as well as modelling till last year. And it was only because people kept kind of asking me to help them out with their training that I did my qualifications last year to make sure that I could help people with some knowledge behind me. So I've been training people since last year, but I've been working out for a few years.
And how long have you been doing all this and stuff like that?
Been training properly since May last year. I've been a member of a gym probably for a couple of years now, but just did classes, never really lifted weights until last May.
Okay, now the most important thing really to start off with is that you do a proper warm-up when you do your leg workout. Without getting too technical, the knee joint is very big, one of the biggest joints in the body, and it's very complicated. And it's very important that you lubricate that. So by doing this first, just 5 minutes on a bike before you even start, that will get the blood pumping around your legs, and more importantly, it will get your body to release synovial fluid, which is like a lubricant, which will lubricate the knee joint and prevent the doing any damage. Okay, so you can both just make sure you stretch your quads properly just by doing that, either balance or something. You find when you're doing this, if you look at the floor, you won't fall over. I don't know how that works, but try it and you'll see. So, having seen that we've done the warm-up on the bike to get the body to start secreting the synovial fluid, it's now important that we do a stretch of the quads, and this is just 2 minutes, just stretching them out, making sure that everything's nice and loose, and then we're going to get on with some proper work. And Helen, you did really well in your show last year, didn't you?
I did, yes. I got first place.
And this was the UK
DFBA.
That's the UK Drug-Free
Bodybuilding Association. Yeah.
And I've been to their shows and they're very well organised.
Brilliantly well organised. It was brilliant. It just went so smoothly. Everything went to plan. And obviously I came home with first place trophy, so yeah.
And it only went smooth and according to plan because you put in so much work beforehand.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it took a lot of hard work, dieting, training, sleepless nights, lots of tears, lots of tantrums. Yeah. But yeah, I got there and I did it. Yeah, so yeah, it's well worth it.
Bring the weight up, squeeze at the top, and then come down slowly, 3, 4, 5 seconds down. Just come 3/4 of the way down, then bring it back up. By doing this, we're keeping the muscles constantly under tension. The key to doing this work is the constant tension on the muscle. We're not doing any kind of explosive work. We're going to do 10 reps that take maybe 5 or 6 seconds each rep, which means the muscle's under constant tension for a whole minute, and that's what we want. That's it, a couple more, just a couple more. Just bring them up, squeeze at the top, and then come back down slowly. Excellent work, excellent work. Hey, tell me about your normal leg training, what you would have been doing last year for that.
Last year for that, I was training legs once a week. I have 5 training days, 2 rest days. One of those days was obviously leg day. Unfortunately, 3 weeks out, I twisted my pelvis. I had to have a week in bed. But obviously afterwards, I had to take it quite easy with my leg workouts. Squatting was out of the question really, because it just felt too vulnerable.
Hold for a second, and then come back down slowly. That's it. So 3/4 of the way down, then straight back up, squeeze, and then back down slowly again. We're going to try to get 10 reps like that. You notice the position that Ez is doing this with the hands, not on the handles, but actually behind her in the seat. This isolates the quads much more, puts all the energy through the front of the quads. And you notice the way that she's doing them is that she's bringing them up, squeezing at the top to just pump the blood, as much blood in the muscle as we can, and then take it down very, very slowly so that we get maximum effect from the negative part of the rep.
So obviously I've like really felt the difference putting my hands behind my back, because I didn't feel that there was so much tension going through my hands and my arms.
That's right. I mean, machines are designed, I think, more for stability and safety. And if you're holding the outside of the handle, you're holding your whole body in place. By putting your hands behind you on the seat like that, you're basically isolating the front part of the quads. Because by holding onto the back of the seat and pulling your bum right tight into the seat, all the energy is focused right through the front of the area that we're
I really
trying to
felt
work.
it as well. I felt it a lot more than I would do holding onto the handle, so that was really good.
Excellent. Don't forget pulling on the seat. Pull your bum tight onto the seat so all the weight's focusing through the front of your quads. Then bring up and squeeze it so that we're squeezing the VMO or the teardrop right around the knee. Big squeeze, nice and slowly back down. So that we're constantly under tension. That's why we're only coming 3/4 of the way down, so that the muscle's constantly under tension the whole of the time. You really feel this working, going through the area that we're trying to work?
Yeah, on the negative, you could really feel it all the way through.
Yeah. Do you see the way that it works now with the time under tension, the fact that you're bringing it up, squeezing at the top, but then taking it down very slowly, is actually pumping the blood in and out of the muscle the whole of the time. So it's under tension for the whole of the workout, the whole of the set, which is probably 50, 60 seconds, yeah? Okay, let's go over here now. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is leg press, but not leg press like you usually do. You see most people on the leg press will bring it down 1/4 of the way, half the way, by putting far too much weight on there and not getting anything out of it. We're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to keep the weight light, but you're going to do it very, very deep. You're actually going to come down and touch the stops. We're going to use a negative rep, come down 3, 4, 5 seconds, all the way down, touch the base, and then kick it up as hard as you want, as quick as you want. But when you get to the top, we're not locking out. You're going to come 9/10 of the way up and then start the slow 3, 4, 5 seconds down again. That way, again, the muscle is constantly under tension and you're getting the full depth on it. So we're working on style and form and depth rather than lifting heavyweight. The whole set's going to take probably 50, 60, 70 seconds. By doing that, the muscle's going to get a complete workout for a long period of time, okay? Right, Helen, so your feet are in a good position, your tight toes slightly turned out, feet about shoulder width apart. So take the weight up now, please, up there, flick the handles out. Now grab hold of these and pull yourself in. Again, the thing of pulling your bum right into the bottom of the seat will focus the energy through your quads. So now come down slowly, all the way to the bottom, make sure you touch, and drive up 9/10 of the way, then slowly start coming back down again. That's really good. All the way down, touch, drive, good. Nice and slowly down. You can see how long each one of these reps is taking. They're taking 4, 5, 6, even 7 seconds each. If you multiply that by 10, it means the muscle's under tension for over a minute, which is again what we're trying to do. We're not trying to do these sets where people are explosive, we're just doing a few reps in a few seconds. We're working the muscles for a long period of time so that they absolutely get completely destroyed. Okay, Ez, in you go. That's it, not too high, just bring your feet down a little bit and just turn your toes a little bit. That's lovely. Okay, away we go. Hold on to the handles in here, pull yourself right in on it, that's it, and drive up, good. slowly down, bring it all the way to the floor, touch, and drive. Good work, good work. You have to remember that feet position on this exercise is very, very important. Basically, the higher your feet are up the plate, the more it's going to hit more on your hamstrings and your glutes. The lower you can get your feet, the more it's going to hit your quads. So you have to find a happy medium. You want to try to be exercise the whole of the legs, but the primary area that we're working is the quads.
So obviously, if you want to target your glutes and your hamstrings and you put your feet up high, you can still use the same technique and it's still going to have just as much.
Absolutely, exactly the same technique. By putting your feet up high, you can do that. In fact, we sometimes use this machine and specifically set where we've got this handle at the top here. You can put your feet as high as you want and you hook your feet under there and that will stop your feet slipping off the plate. The higher your feet are up on the plate, the more it will hit your hamstrings and your glutes. Okay. The idea of doing it the way that we're doing here is it hits the sweep, but it also brings in the hip flexors, which is very, very important. If you're going to compete, if you're going to be on stage, you've got to remember your legs start where the bottom of your trunks stops. So your hip flexors are literally muscles that run from your hip bones all the way down your legs. If you do these properly like this, it will pop the hip flexors out and your legs will look amazing. The tips I would give you on this are, make sure that you're pulled tight in onto the seat, pulling on the handles, make sure you're pulled right in. Never lock out, keep the muscles constantly under tension, just 9/10 of the way up, and let them down nice and slowly as well. Okay everyone, that's the end of part 1. Please come back for part 2, it's going to be even tougher. Welcome back, this is part 2. Let's get down to business. We're now going to go over to probably my favourite machine, the Hex Squat, which is basically just doing the leg press upside down. So I'll call the girls over and we'll get on with this now. Girls. So we're going to do Hex Squat now. Again, we're doing it exactly the same way as we've been doing everything else. You're going to load the weight in, you're going to come down really, really slowly. Feel for your depth, don't try and come too low too soon because I've got to pick it up otherwise and I'm too old to do all that. So feel for your depth, come down slowly, use the negative, come up as quick as you want, but again, 9/10 of the way up, we're not locking out the top, we're keeping the muscles constantly under tension, then start the negative rep again, okay? Okay, away we go. Okay, just feet back just a little bit more, and that's lovely, and just turned out lovely. Exactly the same position as we were on the leg press. Let me load you in there, that's it, okay. Okay, so head up, and come down, feel your depth, feel the weight loading into your legs, that'll do, up. Feel for your depth, the lower you can go the better, but feel for your depth, don't look for it. Keep your head right back, keep looking at the ceiling. That's really good. Feel the weight loading into the sweeps, feel the weight loading into the VMOs. And already we can see your muscles responding, already we've got a bit of a shake coming on there. Very good work. It's interesting actually because as you've had scoliosis for how many years now?
I was born with it.
Yet you still managed to train, you still managed to look that good. You actually run a class here, don't you? Which would have solved Helen's problem.
Yeah.
Called...
It's Elastic Fantastic. I see lots of my friends, particularly the males, their muscles that just get so tight and compacted that movements become so difficult for them. And obviously when you're not stretching, your muscles can stick together and that just increases your risk of injury and then it just puts you back so far behind that it's just not worth it. So
that's it. Okay, just turn your toes out slightly and away you go. Don't forget, head up all the time and feel for your depth. Feel for your depth and feel the weight load into the outside of your legs. Good work. Keep your breathing right, come down slowly, breathing in. Then kick it up hard, breathing out. Good work, and straight away on the negative again.
So this feels obviously slightly different to the leg press. Like what are the differences? Is it sort of targeting any like specific different areas?
It is slightly different. It's primarily still going to hit the same areas that we was on the leg press. It's going to hit the sweeps and the VMOs, or the teardrops as people call them. But the other thing is, with this, because of the angle that you're at, and because you're standing up, it's going to bring your quads and your glutes into it, your glutes and your hamstrings into it a little bit more as well. But primarily, we're still working on the quads, but really, in effect, and this is why this is one of my favourite exercises, it hits every part of the leg in one go, really.
Okay.
You rely heavily on supplements, either of you, or do you just, I mean, personally, wouldn't say rely on them, but I always make sure that I have, with my breakfast, I have a protein shake, and always, I think the most important thing of the day is that you have a protein shake after training. Do you do that?
Always,
Yeah.
I always say to my clients, nutrition is key. So if you're getting all the essentials from your nutrition, and especially I find it quite hard to put on muscle mass, so I've always got a protein shake to hand for, you know, if I'm on the run or I can't get hold of proper food, I'll always have a shake. And like you said, always after about within 30 minutes of training.
I keep mine behind the reception, and as soon as I finish, I get it, make it and drink it.
All right, Kev, now that my legs are nice and knackered, what torture have you got next?
Good, I'm glad that you're feeling that way. What we're going to do now, we're going to come on to what we call the recumbent leg press. Again, just the same sort of thing we've been doing. We're going to be using a lot of negatives. We're going to be a lot of time under tension, everything like this. And again, similar to the leg press, similar to the hack squat, just at a different angle. We've done it one way up, another way up. Now we're going to do it horizontally. So we're going to let Helen start and you'll see what it's all about. So nice and slowly back and touch. And away we go again, that's good. 9/10 of the way up. Remember, we're not locking out at the top and we're using the negative every time. Drive it up, bring it back slowly. Good work. Keep your head forward, look at the plate, centralize everything. Feel the weight loading in, drive it up. Now feel the weight loading into your quads, where we want to feel it. Using the negative, nice and slow reps. Good work.
Does it matter about hand positioning on this one? You know, like with the leg extension, we put our hands...
Just wherever you're comfortable. This one is not so important really, it's just wherever your hands are comfortable.
Well, I always keep my fats high. I always, especially if I'm cutting back a little bit on the carbs, I never cut the carbs out, ever. I always have carbs at least in the morning. Fats are always quite high. Obviously, the proteins change. Maybe if I'm prepping for something, I'll go from salmons and steaks in the evening to chicken. I don't really like turkey very much, but if it's very close, like last year, I had to prep really quickly in 2 weeks for something when I was in the middle of a bulk. So so it was turkey and greens for 2 weeks.
That was fun,
5
wasn't it?
times a day. Yeah, it really wasn't.
You say about good fats, and this is something a lot of people get wrong in their diet. They equate the word fat with that's going to make me fat, and that's not the case. The example I always give to people is, and it's very simple, if you see something that is a solid fat at room temperature, then it'll be a solid fat on your body. So if you see a block of lard, that's what it would, if you eat that, that's what's going to be on your body. If you have healthy fats, I mean, personally, I like fish oils, I have a lot of cod liver oil and things like that. They're liquid at room temperature, they're liquid on your body, but what do you like for fats?
Well, I always take like a flaxseed or a cod liver oil for with my shakes, and I always cook in coconut butter. I use real butter. I'd never use anything like margarine if I was at a stage where I was using butter. Whole milk I'll always drink. So
you're getting the good fats. You're getting the good fats, yeah. And it's very important, isn't it?
Well, they are important because people don't realise that certain vitamins are fat soluble. So if you're skimping on the fats, then you know you're not getting all those fat soluble vitamins that you need.
Okay, Helen, come on, finish these off now. Last set. One more. Good work. And slowly back, lay it down really slowly. Okay. Now put your feet down and just stay there for a second and let the blood pressure equalise before you get up. It's very important on all leg work. You have to remember that your heart is a pump and you're trying to pump the blood from your body into the biggest muscles in your body, your legs. So if you're doing something like leg press or even this, the blood's going to be pumping to your legs. If you get up too quick, your heart is still pumping the blood to your legs and it's not pumping it to your brain, and that's not good. So just wait for a second after each exercise. When you've done any set of serious leg work, just stop, let the blood pressure equalise just for 10 seconds before you get up. Okay, you'll be all right now. In you go, Ez. Okay, feet position. Now hand position wherever you want, just wherever you're comfortable. It's not so important on this hand position as it has been on some of the other things. With this, you're pretty much pushed into the seat in all cases, in any place. As you can see, because of the angle of the machine, and it's pushing your legs back into, it's pushing your bum back into the crevice of the seat, which is what you want. So you can put your hands wherever it's comfortable on this one. Nice and slow, Ez, come on. Touch them and drive them up, good. Slow, slow, slow. Very good. Drive it up, good. We'll get 10 like that, really slow down. Make sure it touches at the back. More, lower, lower, lower. Drive up now, good. Very good work, very good work. We're going to finish with what we call a diminishing pyramid set. This will absolutely flush all the blood and everything right through the muscles, and you probably won't be able to walk when you finish, but it's a great way to finish the workout. Now you'll see, as he's already started here, we're going to do, you'll see what we're going to do, but she's already done one set of 10 reps, she's now on a second set of 10 reps. Watch what we do. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10. Now just go to the rest position, just hold it there just for 10 seconds, okay? Now you've done 2 sets of 10, we're going to do one more set of 10 now, okay? Off you go again now. The idea of the diminishing pyramid is that you do a set and then you get into the rest position, but the rest isn't actually a rest. You've still got the weight on the legs, but you're just not pumping them. You give the blood a chance to get back in, then you hit another 10 reps. And you just keep doing that. It's called diminishing pyramid because by the end you won't be getting 10 reps. It's like a pyramid that goes like that. You start off with this amount of reps and you finish off with that amount of reps. Okay, just whatever's in there is. Okay, one more then. You can see them shaking now. Slowly down, hold in the rest position, which is going to make you do one more set, okay? Just one more, okay? I know they're hurting. I know they're hurting. You won't be laughing in a minute. Okay, let's go. Come on, last one. Just whatever's in there. If there's only 5, it doesn't matter. But just finish them. If you can see, his legs are actually shaking. I'll explain exactly why that is in a moment. But this is what we actually want. We want to see the legs shaking. Okay, couple more. One more. Big squeeze and 5 seconds down, please. And when you finish this, please don't try to get up too quickly because you will fall over. Okay, that's fine. So now we're watching Helen doing the diminishing pyramid. It's her 3rd set of 10 reps, so the legs are already very tired. They're already beginning to shake. Now, the thing of the leg shaking, the reason your legs shake when you're doing this is because you're putting the muscles under so much pressure, so much tension, that you're creating microscopic tears in the muscles. And that's exactly what we want. We want these very microscopic tears to break the muscle down. Okay, now I know they're hurting now. Okay, let's have one more then, one more. And back to the rest position. Okay, we're just going to do one more, okay? Just whatever's in there for this last one, okay? I know they're hurting now. Okay, away we go.
My legs are starting to shake.
That's good, that's what we want to see. Let's say just a couple more. When it stops, it stops. When you run out, you run out. This is why we do these last. When you run out of gas, you run out of gas. And you can honestly say I couldn't have worked my legs any harder that day. That's very good, very good. And kick your feet out and just stay there for a minute. And as you can see, British champion, destroyed. That's what we want to do, okay? What you've done today and what you've learned today, do you think that that would be really good for your legs now
Yeah,
that you know all things considered? And what you say you enjoyed the hack squat? Was that your favourite one of all of them?
I think it was, yeah, because for me it's a challenge because it's the closest thing to a squat that I'll do. So I always can challenge myself to go a little bit heavier, but I know that I've got the support there.
Absolutely. Helen, bearing in mind that you had an injury before your show, and you know you obviously had to try and find alternatives. Now you know that. Will you incorporate that into your training for your next show?
Yeah, I'll definitely be taking away most of the things that we've done today because I think it's really beneficial, especially obviously my back, my hip flexors are still quite tight and they do cause me some issues. So if obviously I can train my legs without having to do squats and deadlifts and stuff, I'm definitely going to be doing everything that I've learned today. I
hope you've enjoyed this today and I hope you've learned something. The whole idea was to try to teach people alternative workouts, and I really hope that you've learned something today. The girls have certainly got a great deal of benefit from it. We'll look forward to seeing you next time here on the Active channel.
He would always win the fight. He would always win the fight.